The Los Angeles Lakers are always in the market for star power, and a new crazy trade idea from Greg Swart of Bleacher Report suggests a path, albeit a potentially far-fetched one, for them to acquire Utah Jazz all-star Lauri Markkanen. This move would aim to create a formidable big three alongside LeBron James and Luka Doncic. The proposed trade structure is as follows. Los Angeles Lakers receive forward Lauri Markkanen. Utah Jazz receive forward Rui Hachimura, guard forward Dalton Knecht, point guard Gabe Vincent, forward Maxi Kleber, and an unprotected 2031 first-round pick. Swartz's rationale for Utah considering this deal hinges on a few key points. He argues that an unprotected Lakers pick in 2031, by which time LeBron James would likely be retired, holds significant value. Adding a young foundational piece like Dalton Knecht to a Jazz team that struggled with three-point shooting, ranking 22nd, would also be attractive. Rui Hachimura, coming off a season averaging 13.1 points and shooting 41.3% from three, has trade value and could potentially be flipped to a contender by the Jazz. Finally, Gabe Vincent's championship experience could benefit Utah's young guard rotation featuring Keontae George and Isaiah Collier. For the Lakers, the logic is straightforward. Acquire a third star to significantly upgrade their starting lineup size, shooting, and positional versatility. Swartz notes, the Lakers will always be star hunting, but have limited trade assets after acquiring Luka Doncic. Markkanen is likely the best player Los Angeles can acquire, and will be a strong third option behind Doncic and LeBron James. Adding a 7-footer who can play multiple forward spots and stretch the floor will provide immense lineup flexibility and bolster an offense that ranked 12th out of 16 playoff teams. On paper, for Los Angeles, this deal seems like a no-brainer if the opportunity arose. Getting an all-star like Markkanen for a starter Hachimura, a promising rookie Knecht, 2 expiring/movable contracts, Vincent Kleber, and 1 first-round pick appears to be a gamble the Lakers front office would eagerly take, especially as LeBron enters the twilight of his career. However, the feasibility of this trade from a Utah Jazz perspective is where it becomes highly questionable. Last offseason, Markkanen was a subject of intense trade speculation, with reports indicating Utah had an extremely high asking price for their star. Even after a season where his production might have been slightly inconsistent, it's difficult to imagine their valuation dropping so dramatically. While an unprotected 2031 Lakers pick is potential, if Luka Doncic remains in Los Angeles, that pick might not even land in the lottery, diminishing its appeal for a rebuilding Jazz team. For a player Utah committed over $200 million to just last summer, a single distant first-round pick as a primary asset seems insufficient. Most analysts believe any realistic Markkanen trade package to the Lakers would almost certainly need to include Austin Reeves, who is notably absent from this proposal. With Austin Ainge now leading the Jazz's basketball operations, it's hard to rule out any potential moves. However, if a Lauri Markkanen trade is on the table, expect Utah to demand a significantly larger return than what's outlined in this particular crazy idea. Could the Lakers somehow pull off a miracle and land Markkanen for this package? Or is this purely a fan-driven fantasy? Let us know your thoughts on this ambitious trade proposal in the comments below. And for more NBA trade discussions, make sure you're subscribed. The Los Angeles Lakers offseason priority is crystal clear to everyone across the NBA. Acquire an impactful starting center. With a formidable core led by Luka Doncic and LeBron James, a dominant big man is seen as the crucial missing piece to elevate them to true championship contention. General Manager Rob Pelinka is undoubtedly scouring the market for a player who can protect the rim, be a lob threat, and log significant minutes throughout the regular season and a deep playoff run. Among the rumored top targets fitting this profile are Daniel Gafford of the Dallas Mavericks and, perhaps more prominently, Nicholas Claxton of the Brooklyn Nets. Both players are 26 years old, aligning with the Lakers' desire for a center who isn't too old and can grow with their core. Andy Bailey of Bleacher Report recently outlined a potential trade framework that would bring Claxton to Los Angeles. Bailey notes, the Lakers adding a starting center might be the single most obvious move of the summer. And because LA didn't have to pay anywhere near full price for Luka to acquire him, they have plenty of trade fodder to go get a big. Here's the trade Bailey proposed. Los Angeles Lakers receive center Nicholas Claxton. Brooklyn Nets receive forward Rui Hachimura, forward Maxi Kleber, a 2028 first-round pick swap, and a 2031 first-round pick. Bailey's justification for this deal is that it provides the Nets with salary-matching contracts, including Hachimura's, which could potentially be flipped to another contender for additional assets. The inclusion of a pick swap and a future first-round pick offers solid value for a 26-year-old center like Claxton, who, as Bailey points out, has struggled to produce at the same level he did when surrounded by stars. The vision for Claxton in Los Angeles is a return to his 2022-23 form, where he thrived alongside star talent. In that season, he averaged 12.6 points, 9.2 rebounds, and an impressive 2.5 blocks, while leading the league with a 70.5% field goal percentage and finishing in the top 10 for Defensive Player of the Year voting. Playing alongside Doncic and James could unlock that elite-level production once again. Claxton is currently entering the second year of a 4-year, $97 million contract, with $25.4 million due in the 2025-26 season. If the Lakers could indeed acquire Claxton for the package outlined by Bailey, Hachimura, Kleber, a pick swap, and a future first, it would likely be considered a significant win for Los Angeles. However, the reality is that Brooklyn may receive more competitive offers for their young, defensively gifted center from other teams around the league. After a compelling 2024-25 season, the pressure is on Rob Pelinka to make crucial moves. Will a trade for Nick Claxton be one of them? What do you think of this proposed package? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're following every Lakers offseason rumor, make sure you're subscribed.